lasso, try to counteract this completely. Snapfire is going to stay alive, getting healed to a high degree, but the Wukong's command is going to seal his fate. Yuma, though, extremely low. The dodge on the balance strike, so can't heal up. The phase shift keeping no one alive, trying to take out the Monkey King, turns into statue again. The last moment trying to dodge with the mischief again. The laser and the grab ally keeping the Monkey King alive inside this Wukong's command. Finally drops to the deck. And now the barrage continuing onto the bristleback, making him less and less tanky with each instance of damage. Attempted Nightfall, successful.
Missile blade into a stun, into a spear with the arena. Laurel looks like he's going to be okay, but they had to use the global silence. There's going to be the Fiend's grip, but it was pretty useless.
Yatoro in. Not enough damage.
Oh, and he immediately got charged up by Jin Q. That is going to be most of his BKB held at ransom. Jin Q, he needs to try and get some hits off, but he's getting bashed up by both the Alchemist and the Spirit Breaker.
That's it.
No shot. GG is called Xtreme. We'll take game one. But they can try and take away the Aegis. Collapse going to make his initiation. Arena Spear goes out, but the Roshan's still not dead. In fact, XX is right in the middle of it and gets the Aegis away from Yatoro. He's got the extra life, and now it's all falling apart for Spirit as XM hits the Requiem, double Requiem, knocking him inside the pin. You're locked down here.
The Decrepify off. Maureen's having to get over towards Chris, but Chris is having to get the BKB off. He has been doomed, but the rupture was down onto Maureen. Maureen, he's gone. Roar from BZM over towards Amar. Amar, he falls as BZM takes down another, now ready to maybe even turn towards Skinner. Skinner's trying to chase to finish off the Bloodseeker, but he cannot do so. Avalanche is into the toss. More than enough burst to deal with the Carry Weaver, and now ready to go for more again, Tundra. Attempted TP, put to a stop there by the bird, comes crashing down onto Snake King. Is four of them dead. Crit's going to try for a TP, but he can't get out. Avalanche in play from Saxa. Tundra, they get the team wipe.
Saberlight looking for the Shaker.
It's a nice arena. Got two. With nothing to say, locked down in the Spear, can't even get off any spells, despite the global silence trying to stall things, and this is where things get nasty. Liquid run you over, they're the ones with the Disruptor, they can get the bonus kill, it's 3. 2 kills going to the carry Mika.
What a day one we had there. Fantastic recap for all of the wild Dota we got to experience. But right now, it's day number 2 of the road to the international playoffs here in Hamburg, Germany. I'm going to be your host, Nat T, and joining me, none other than Rhea, Fear, and Fly. Fly, how was your day number 1? How did you enjoy it and all the games that happened?
Oh, it was awesome. There were so many good games. A lot of games went late as well, which is always fun and exciting to see. I feel like we saw a lot of different things that we weren't expecting. There are Alchemist supports, Tinker carries, all sorts of random stuff that makes it very exciting to see how it's going to develop over the coming days. So it's been an awesome day one, and I'm really excited for this day.
Yeah, I mean, it started off 40 games, just everything kind of unraveling there. But Fear, for yourself, day one, did it live up to the expectations? Did it exceed them?
I think it's been very interesting. I like how there's been a lot of new heroes coming out, especially from support roles. I think the item, the Helm of Dominators, we'll see how that develops as well. But the games have been going long, as he mentioned, which is very nice to see that they're not very stompy games and we get a lot of action.
Yeah. And did you have a favorite game at all, Rhea, when you looked at them yesterday? I just know because
what?
Out of the
That's
40
so
games,
much pressure. There were so many
serious,
games.
right? But the thing is, I remember when we were sitting here, you
Pick
were
one.
like, I loved the way that Wildcard was playing that early game in Spirit. So I feel like you were
No, that was me giving credit to Wildcard.
Yeah, but I feel like
as an underdog, that wasn't me saying it was my favorite game of the day.
No, I know, but that's what I mean. You were looking across all those games. I feel like if anyone's justified in giving a favorite game, it's you.
It was so hard because we're in our green room and there's 4 TVs with every stream on, and I'm like, I don't want to watch the game we're meant to be watching. There's so much other stuff going on.
There was a lot.
I mean, if I had to say, if there was one game that generated the most hype, it felt like that Nigma game with the bear.
Yeah, that was good. That was
Yeah.
Even in the recap when I was watching it, seeing it go down and having a Chrono the bear too.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch it in hard detail, but every time I kind of glimpsed it, I was just like, what the hell's happening over there?
Well, look, I'm sure there's a lot of people at home that are kind of questioning the same thing because like we said, 40 games, that is a lot, right? But we can have a look at our Swiss stage bracket, just how it shaped up. We had 2 rounds played yesterday. It started off in that round 1 where all the teams were on that neutral score. And if we can take a closer look look of how it played out, a lot of those games going the distance, so those series, sorry, going the distance of 3 games. And for you had the bold claim that if any teams on the right-hand side were to win, you would be shocked.
I would say it was an upset.
Okay.
And not that I would be shocked. So I do believe Xtreme beating Aurora at the beginning was a little bit of an upset for me, but I'm not even sure like how true that is anymore. Xtreme looks incredibly good, and I think, you know, Enigma Galaxy as well beating BB Team, I consider that an upset as well. So yeah, I think that is still true. But this is still the road to international. This is when most upsets do happen, and some teams will break out that are relatively quiet throughout the year.
Yeah. And that round 1 did dictate where exactly the teams were going to face off in that round 2. We had our 1-0 teams. The winners from that first round go up against each other. And do you think it's as clear-cut, Fly, when you look at these matchups, if there was a favorite side or not?
I mean, coming in, definitely, you would think that Team Spirit's gonna 2-0 Xtreme. That was what most people thought. So that was a big upset in my opinion, a huge one almost. And Liquid Tidebound. I think Tidebound's been looking pretty good, but people would still rate Liquid over them. So them getting the 2-0 over Liquid is also kind of an upset. I think the rest were pretty close. Team Falcons versus Tundra, I think it could go either way, I would say. And P-Visions versus NGX was also actually quite a close series where NGX definitely had a chance to win, but people also expected P-Vision to go, so it actually kind of went in a split, you know? Pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah, it is good. And also, it's tough to look at that scoreline and, you know, have it just written out. Some of the games were what felt like stomps. Other games were very close. They went down to the wire. They went that 60+ minutes. But our 0-1 teams, the teams that unfortunately did lose that first round for themselves, had to play again later that day. And it was a different side of the story, don't you feel, Rhea, where, you know, you could have just looked at any of these teams. Anything could have happened, but only one of the series actually went to a game 3.
Yeah, I will say I didn't think this TI would be as close as it has been, especially due to the lack of DPC. I thought that we would see a lot more stomps because the regions haven't been able to interact as heavily as they have in the past. And yet they come in, I don't know if it's because there's like hidden strats or just because everyone feels really motivated for like, this is the chance, this is TI, but everyone has been playing so well. I think so many series have been super close. So many games, like you said, have been going so long. I'm genuinely so happy with the level of Dota that's being played this tournament. And even though there are teams that are losing, I don't think it reflects the skill level that we are seeing across the entire board.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of like unexpectedness that comes to playing against teams that aren't regions you normally screwing against. You know, we have a lot of Eastern European or Western European teams, and you might be like, okay, close proximity, it's quite easy to scrim each other, but you get an SEA team in that Fly, and you're like, hold on, we haven't scrimmed these guys or played these guys in quite a number of months now.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be some sort of difference in meta when it comes to regions. I think over the years, everybody has been looking at Western Europe and CIS to kind of try and emulate that meta. But it's still different when you're at home and you're playing pubs. It is different. It's different players, different heroes that you're getting used to. And then coming here, I'm sure most of them got to practice a little bit around the area. At least that's what I would do if I were coming from overseas. But it is definitely originally different.
There's something to be said about trying to predict these series, these games, where teams are going to place themselves. And at home, okay, you guys are able to go in the Dota client, do your predictions on where you think the teams are going to place. And well, 70.87% of us, and I say us because I was one of them as well, put Team Spirit as our 4-0 prediction team. Yeah, unfortunately now with their loss against Xtreme Gaming, that is out of the way. Those who also had Liquid as your 4-0, unfortunately they lost to Tidebound. Yep, sorry Rhea. Na'Vi also unfortunately not going to be, but those who have P-Vision, Falcons, Xtreme Gaming, yeah, you're all still within a chance. So that's massive.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So what did you two?
Well, that's what I was leaving. What do you guys want?
9% of the people still in the running there.
Look, we reviewed our predictions. What were your predictions?
You didn't do them.
Just the top 3.
You didn't?
Yeah, of course.
I think I did Spirit and Falcons for the 4-0, and then...
Wait, no,
There's only
it's only
one.
one. It's either Spirit or Falcons.
It is? I thought it was 2.
No, it's only one team that's 4.
Well, one of them.
Maybe you put the other one that's 0-4 by
Maybe.
accident.
I don't know. I thought it was 2 teams. One of those 2 teams, and I think I put Liquid as a 4-1 as well as Tundra. I think I put Tidebound pretty high up there. I don't remember exactly, but Xtreme is definitely the biggest outlier for me.
Yeah. We hadn't seen them in over a month, so it was one of those big question marks around it. But we also haven't seen Dota action for a little bit, right? We got to be blessed with 40 games yesterday, and I think it's only fair we give you guys a bit of a quick update of how these 40 games have been affected by heroes, okay? The most contested right now, this is what we're seeing in picks and bans. Beastmaster, Nature's Prophet, Naga Siren, massive, all, in the high 30 games of being banned with FEO.
Yeah, there's a lot of these heroes not getting in, but when they do get in, they're not even doing super well. Like we saw Nature's Prophet lose a little bit the other day. And I think as well, like this Marcy, it looks good in the carry role with the Helm Dom, but I think a big trend between most of these heroes is like pacing, like Helm Dom on Beast and as well as Marcy. Monkey King, I'm keeping a close eye on the Monkey King still. It's looked good some games, but since it nerfed the Shard, I don't know if you can just throw it in as early as you used to be able to.
Maybe with the win rate, there's something to be said that the games it's getting through is where the enemy is like, yeah, we know that they're not very good at it. We saw a game yesterday where we were like, Nature's Prophet, there's no way that goes on carry. They don't ever play this hero carry, and then they lost.
I 100% agree. I think some teams, especially when it comes to heroes like Nature's Prophet, even Marcy as a carry, it's a very specific type of hero. It's not as obvious as how you're going to finish out a game.
Right.
Like you have, let's just say, a Morphling carry. That's very traditional. You know how you're going to end the game. You're going to get Butterfly. You're going to start hitting things.